When she was told to cover anti-government protests for her newspaper, Rabaa knew it would not be an easy assignment. She'd heard of arrests in previous protests, but didn't expect it to be her turn and just for carrying out her work.
I went to cover the protests when a pickup truck came and fired tear gas at protesters. People fled in different directions. I ran into a hospital, but tear gas was fired into the building. Masked men came in and started threatening people, and when they found out I was a journalist, they arrested me along with the others. They were beating people they arrested with batons as they took us to the station.
Protests in Sudan started in December over bread price rises and high inflation. Within 2 days, they turned into anti-government demonstrations, with people demanding that President al-Bashir step down after 29 years in power. The protests spread nationwide, and some social media platforms were blocked. Workers from various sectors went on strike. Many were arrested for saying they wanted a change in government.
We were holding our posters and had barely come out of the university compound when men in pickup trucks came and started beating us and told us to get in the pickup. They took us to the station and started humiliating us and calling us names.
The protests are now in their third week, with more to come in the days ahead.
Sudan's government says 816 people have been arrested since the protests began, but opposition groups and activists say that number is well over 1,000. The opposition also says security forces are intimidating people and targeting journalists to stop the news of the demonstrations from spreading.
The government says 19 people were killed in the protests, but Amnesty International says the number was nearly 40 in the first week alone. The head of the police says his forces did nothing wrong.
The incidents and violence are caused by those who want to destroy and loot and those who have alternative agendas. They used weapons and burnt institutions and instigated people to protest against the nation. The police have handled the protesters with the highest level of professionalism and self-restraint.
Demonstrators say they will continue to protest against President al-Bashir's rule. The government says it will remain in power. More lives are expected to be lost, and even more are expected to be arrested as the two sides remain defiant. Hiba, Al Jazeera, Khartoum.